Hello again, everyone. This is the Collective Soul Tarot, and my name is Kay. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to the channel to new viewers. Lovely to have you here with me today. We're going to do another general reading for the collective using the Seer Marchetti decks together here for the Kipper and the Gilded Reverie, and we'll be using the tarot in order to clarify. So we can begin. If you like what you see and hear today, please consider subscribing. That would be wonderful. Thank you. Subscribe, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, will you please guide and assist me today in correctly interpreting the energies in the cards and to help me see clearly? Thank you so much. Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective today in this general read for Wednesday, October 18th, 2023? Thank you. Oh, there's one. Okay, let's cut. First one is the key to discovery and being freed, or imprisoned, locked, something locked away from you, kept from you. Yeah, it depends on how the key is turning. That's the past. Present is official. Something is official, all right? Something's been through an official process. Something has become official, or something is accentuate, what would you call it? Accentuated, made even more official, like exclamation marks, right? Exclamation marks, emphasizing it, right? And then the near future is main male. Wow, all right. Just moving these over here because I know I always need the room. Okay, so Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit. This main male may be like a single male. So I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking, guys, before the clarification, which may be wrong, but something has caused some kind of information to come forward, to be released to you, so that it opens up the possibility of some kind of, freeing yourself, letting go of something or someone that it went through the court system possibly, or it's just official that let's say if it was a marriage, for example, there's some information that came to light that you were able to take to court, and it was officially decided that you would be divorced, okay? Which makes you a single man. A single man. This is a man. It's not either or, it's a man. Okay, so we're going to clarify the key card, please. Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit. Something was cut away. Judgment. Yeah, wow. Somebody made a decision to cut something out of their life. Something was brought forward that was the key to your release from that relationship, if that's what you wanted, right? And we're going to talk about clarification for the official person. So the judgment could be a court ruling, that this is the judge making the final decision here about these two people. Whatever the two people brought to court, probably a marriage in this situation, or a divorce request. That's such a thing. But anyways, it was cut. Done. All right, we've got Tower. Now the Tower is not the same as it is in the tarot deck. Okay, so the Tower is that this is like This is like some kind of government, federal, corporation, like very large buildings that are very high, right? Established things like, governments and corporations, businesses, law. So I'll read that card. This is a sun. Happiness, right? Something was made official. I'm not sure about this one here. Let's read it first. 19 is the Tower card. Corporations, organizations, institutions, and governments come under my influence. Now, an institution could simply be the marriage, right? And marriage is an institution. I am boundaries and restrictions, so be mindful of isolation. I describe your ambitious as well as your expectations, and let's not forget your higher education. That's another one, higher education, which is an institution, again, educational institution. So I would say it's official that the institution of marriage had come, had been dealt with, judged, to be ended, which makes you a very happy person. This is present day. A very happy person that is finally over with. Unlike the Tower in the Tarot, the Lenormand, I'm trying to say it fast because I'm Canadian. Lenormand Tower is symbolic of a structure, which is marriage again, offers protection and security. It is a watchtower built on high ground for surveillance over the countryside beyond. In current times, it may relate to border control or control a passage to a city. As such, they have multiple meanings ranging from authority to education. Power and legal dealings, yeah. So they're on the high court, or the top of the judicial system that deals with marriages as an institution and divorces, has made it official. Like it's kind of like being recorded, right? Recorded as being done. So and so and so and so, Mr. and Mrs. so and so filed for divorce, and it has been ruled to be, ended or whatever, however they say that in legal jargon, and it's been officially recorded as such, which brings new light to life. Let's see here. And the public card comes right after this, which is interesting, because public is public knowledge, right? Being recorded is making it public knowledge. Let's see if I can see anything else. It says it's sometimes within oneself that the watch needs turning. So it's a watching over. And I would say, the institution, the legal institution, the institution of marriage, and whether or not it can be a marriage or a divorce or whatever, it's a watching over of something that is had come together for a purpose, right? Institution. It is an institution that came together for a purpose. And if it's a legal system, it came together to watch over the land, to make sure everybody's abiding by the rules, right? The rules and laws, governing laws. And so this building is symbolic of all of that. And a marriage or a divorce would be part of that, because it has to be legally, you have to have a license to get married, and then perhaps you need a divorce certificate. I don't know. But yeah, it's all legally dealt with. And then recorded, right, as official. It is official that Mrs. blah 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 and Mr. blah 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 are officially divorced. The creed has been certified. Okay, great. now that I've mulled that over in my mind for quite some time, let's talk about the main male in the near future, which I see as single male. A man that is, there is a counterpart to the main male, and there's, of course, that's the main female. But we don't see her here, so it might show up, but let's see. Let's have a look. This one wanted to come out. The polar bear, which is sincere strength, even possibly brute force, needing brute force, but very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. The polar bear is like the most powerful, I don't know, bear of the species, or just in the Arctic. I don't know. And then thief. That's very interesting. That thief card just keeps coming out all the time. Why is that, guys? In the near future. Okay, I don't know. I don't know, guys. All I know is that something's been taken, something's been stolen from you. And since there's a woman here with the main male, I would say would be this guy here. Not, you know, it's not necessarily a depiction of them. It's just symbolic of the main male and this. That someone stole somebody away from them. And they're trying to, the main male's trying to get their strength and courage back to move towards the one that they lost. Because there is a card of loss, which is the mouse card. But this would be pretty quick. This would be somebody coming along and stealing your pocket watch, right? Making you a little lighter of carrying whatever it is that you're responsible for or you have in your life. Something that you worked for to obtain, right? And someone's coming along and making light of you and just taking that from you as if you know they deserve it and you don't. So I would say possibly there was a relationship here, right? These two people, that this main male feels as though someone had stolen the opportunity for them to have that person, that relationship in their life. For however way that might, you know, present itself, had presented itself in the past. But this one here, through purity, because of the white, it's a polar bear, it's white. That symbolizes purity of intention. They have the intention of protecting what others might want to take from them. Just like a mother, right? Mother polar bear and their cubs. Like a powerful, motherly, maternal protector, right? A powerful maternal protector. He's using that kind of energy to protect something that he feels other people, maybe one person or other people, are trying to come in between, you know, like to steal that opportunity from him to have. And he's going to be protecting that. He's protecting his opportunity to be with somebody he wants to be with. Okay, yay. Let's go ahead now and start clarifying. Yeah, he's single now and he's ready to protect that union, that coming together. He's not going to, he sees that it's possible that people will try and get in the way, but he's going to be fiercely protecting it so that that cannot happen. And if it does happen, he'll get it back right away because the bear will just chase him down, right? So the past energy of the key, please, Archangel Michael. There's 6 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, and the Knight of Cups with the 7 of Swords. So it looks like the key. All right. Okay. So I believe that the Six of Pentacles here is like the, you know, it's equal give and take. It's equal reciprocity. But there hadn't been. It was imbalanced in the past. Someone was giving someone more than they were getting. So the main male, who would have been, you know, a married male at the time, would be, and it's not saying that he's not married, but I'm seeing it as though he's gone through some kind of process to become single, like the Nine of Pentacles in the tarot. I see this as somebody that they were married to was not being fair. That it was imbalanced. It was like he was giving her more than he was getting in return from her, in whatever way that was, emotionally, you know, just attention wise, a connection, you know, just being intimately connected. And that perhaps she was giving what she should have given to him to somebody else instead. So there was a time where he sat on the fence and did not deliberate. Well, was deliberated, I should say, but didn't make a judgment, didn't make a decision. He was indecisive for a time about this because it was painful. It's not just something that you lightly talk about or think about. It's a marriage after all. And there may be children involved. And so it's something that really needed to be thought out. Maybe they sat on the fence too long, but longer than they needed to, but it was right for them. So there were just a time where they just didn't have all the facts. They weren't clear on really what was going on. Yeah, they weren't clear on what really was going on. And you know, of course, there was an element of not wanting to know, you know, making sure, sort of blocking your own emotions and thoughts about it so that you didn't, you know, maybe if you didn't see it, it didn't actually exist, you know. If I don't see it, it's not real, it's not happening, that there's an imbalance in my relationship with her. So he was very indecisive. During that time, though, during his indecisive time, something came around that opened up the opportunity to see what they needed to see, to get what they needed to get for information. And part of it had to do with his wife offering her cup of love to somebody else. But at the same time, though, simultaneously, it made him realize that all of this can be a possible new opportunity for him to reach back out to somebody that he's fiercely protecting at this point in time. Somebody had been sneaky and underhanded in the relationship here, this relationship, and it could have been he was at the time when he met this one here, or it was her, you know, being deceptive, lying, and cheating behind his back, giving her romantic cup of love to somebody else. So then the scythe. What's the scythe, Archangel Michael? Holy Spirit. What can we know about the scythe? What was cut out? He said just draw 3 cards. Okay. Lovers. That was Archangel Michael I meant. King of Pentacles. And the 9 of Wands. Okay. There was So what I get from the scythe clarification is there's a Lovers, King of Pentacles, and 9 of Wands. The Lovers was having chosen, like this main male had a choice between one and another, which one was the karmic lover, which he stuck with, and the other one was a soulmate lover that he wants to return to. And he's wised up. He has become, in the past, he had become a King of Pentacles who was wholly focused mostly on, making money. A hard worker, yes, made great money. Maybe his job paid him well because maybe he got promotions and whatnot. But he was also very, very focused on making his money, making more money and more and more and more, and making his money work for him in several different ways. So he was largely focused on the material world, just put it that way, in the past. It was more about what a person can accumulate in life, like the finances, the job promotions, that status, and control because of the wealth, and a nice big house with some nice cars and maybe a swimming pool, stuff like that, and 2.5 children and a dog. That's kind of the status that people who are focused in the material world focus on, like the white picket fence and all that. The one that people dream about if they're really wholly focused on being in some kind of family unit with their loved one, their spouse, getting married and doing all that together. But as it turns out, the choice he made with the karmic, a karmic soulmate is one that brings you opportunities to pay back your karma that you had accumulated before this relationship. Like, again, maybe you had been sneaking at the low vibe energy of being sneaky, underhanded, lying, and offensive and defensive, and just cheating, having secrets, just strategizing, trying to get whatever you can get, because it was all about self. So selfishness, right? Narcissistic behavior, really. So the main male may have been like that and racked up all kinds of karma as a result of it. And so the karmic soulmate he chose was the one that was at his vibration. You see, that lower vibe. The soulmate was not. And that would be this one over here that he's pursuing now. But the karmic was a no-brainer attraction, right? Because the two of you vibed together. Right here, you both were kind of on the same page, seeing eye to eye about, what life was all about. And that was about accumulating, right? Achieving and accumulating. So from the material world in as much way as possible, so you can have a great life, living off your money, your finances, having nice vacations, and just all sorts of status and control within your community and family and whatnot. But it brought a lot, that choice with that particular karmic being the mirror to you, to the main male, being a mirror, caused you so much heartache and pain, so much confusion, so much battling and conflict and drama and arguments, disagreements. You just got to a point where you were just, you were just not able to see eye to eye anymore. Like these two here, they're not seeing eye to eye. They're looking at the judge. But you couldn't see eye to eye anymore. It got to the point where she was behaving like a teenager and you were the only responsible one in the partnership. And so you felt like you were carrying all the weight, that heavy burden that was placed on you. You felt highly battled because, everything was a challenge, a struggle with being with her, because she wanted and you had to give. And she may have been kind of bullyish as well at the same time, just calling you down or trying to make you feel guilty because she wanted something and you weren't able to do, you didn't want to do it, and she started telling you that you were being selfish because, why can't she, and this kind of stuff, right? It happens, and you just felt so beat up. But this Nine of Wands here is this, okay? That wand that you're holding on to right now, you're ready to go in for your last battle with her. This is 9, the 10th wand is where it ends, okay? But you're ready to take up that scythe or that wand right there to fight back, to just literally fight back and cut away all that is no longer good for you. It's not for your highest good any longer. You're growing. You're maturing into somebody who, yes, the material world quite well, and you've made it work for you. But you also have grown from having the mirror in front of you. And I always say it's a wardrobe length mirror, the really long ones, because this person and her behaviors were mirroring back to you exactly or very, very similarly to what you were doing before you met her. And you met her because you both are, you're a perfect attraction towards each other. Like two magnets, right? That were, what was it? Two magnets, two things that were highly, you pulled on each other. Your hearts were at the same level. Yeah, your desires, you see, were of the similar fashion. So you were not in the heart space here to be a resonance or a match with this one that you're trying to fiercely protect. Now, you must think somebody is trying to harm you or her, or at least harm the possibility of you being able to reconnect or reconcile with her. And it may be this one over here. Being as low vibe as she is, she might be that type of person to try to get revenge on you by making sure that you're not going to be happy. Because if she's not happy because you want to divorce her, she's not going to be able to live that lifestyle she had with you. Not realizing, of course, she could have that lifestyle again. All she has to do is perk up, raise her vibration, start talking to her soul, and doing things the right way. Not this kind of energy, but the right way. Okay, so that's the scythe. Let's talk about adjudication. Two of Wands, yeah, see, Two of Wands. And the Lovers is the two choices here. Two of Wands. Temperance. And the Page of Pentacles with the Two of Pentacles on the back. I see the Empress is here too. Okay, so yeah, it's making a decision, choosing between one or the other like you did here, but this time you're choosing to let go of that one right there so you can, find your peace and equilibrium, your balance yourself. That is divinely overlooked, with the angels around you, all around you. You are now choosing to give your whatever to this choice you're making here, which is with this one. So this could be an offer of a small token that you want to give your gal over here. But you've made up your mind, you're managing your emotions, you're more balanced because of the time spent healing as a result of letting go of this heavy, heavy burden, this pain and heartache and feeling lost and imbalanced and just confused. That, I would say, whatever you were feeling here with how she was like in your relationship, that's how you left this one feeling. So you're kind of, it's about paying off karma. We have to do the best that we can, and we've all been there, even myself. So we have to pay our karma off. We have to be okay with experiencing the hardship that someone brings into our life, because you have to think back, and that's the whole potential of growth, right, is that you become aware of how you behaved that caused that karmic debt to even be a reality in your life, so that when you've met somebody and they were very challenging and disappointing and painful and hurtful and all that sort of stuff, and cheating, you know, being deceptive, that is your, you know, if you're growing from this experience, like, it's just an opportunity to grow. You don't have to. You can just cheat on her as an eye for an eye. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you could behave in like to her, saying, well, if she's going to cheat on me, I'll just cheat too. You know, and people do that, right? Because they're not growing from the opportunity of having this in your face. These behaviors that your spouse is bringing to you, they're not growing. But this tarot card reading is saying that you are growing. You're not going to be doing the eye for an eye mentality stuff with her. You're just getting the hell out of Dodge, right? You're getting the hell out through the court system. And so you're going to take what you can get from that, most like in lessons, learning hardship lessons, and your pentacles. Not to mention what you've become aware of internally, and knowing that you don't want to be like that. You don't want to be like that anymore. You see how nasty and ugly it was to have somebody like that in your life. And you have vowed to yourself that I'm not doing that. I'm not going to be like that in my next relationship. I wasn't like that in this relationship. You know, so much that you weren't like it, but she was, again, mirroring back to you what you were like before you met her. You paid your karmic debt off. That's the point. And that's really great news. Really, 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 really great news. So yeah, you're making the decision to let that one back here go, which is this one. You've chosen a new direction. Adjudication is helping you. You've made a final judgment on that yourself, but it's also through the court. And you want, with peace and calm and serenity, that's your new focus now, your new focus. You want to give your new focus of that kind of peaceful gift, tangible gift, in whatever way that takes shape. Maybe you even just give her a key and she might say, what's that key for? Well, it's a key to my heart. You know, something corny like that. Yes, I know. But you're no longer juggling. You have an empress to move towards. You see her as an empress. Okay. Official person in the present. That was all past. Let's talk about the present now. Yeah, I'm going to move this stuff here. You're the King of Pentacles. All grown up from this experience with your wife, right? And now you're just at peace. You're wanting, that's your focus, to be at peace. You're working on that. Excuse me. And move towards your Empress, who you see as being in a peaceful, calming energy. And that's what Empresses are, because they've learned all their lessons. At least most of them. Official person. 2 of Cups. It's official that. 5 of Cups. And the Ace of Pentacles. Whew. Yeah, okay. It's official that this 2 of Cups here, between the 2 of you here, you and your wife, it's done with. It's over with. It's a no longer, and it's a no. It's a no. It's a no. It's like you're at that disappointing time in your life, very unexpected kind of misfortunate time in your life where you've lost a friendship or a loss. You have been experiencing a lot of negative emotional feelings with that, sadness and remorse. That is gone. That's officially ended. Let's see here. She was a false love, yeah. There was a lot of nonsense and opposition from her. There were misunderstandings, uncertainties, and it's an unhappy couple situation. So yeah, that's over with. You've been mourning it. You know, you have been mourning it because it obviously meant a lot to you, especially at one time. but it's not a happy celebratory time anymore for you. It's done, and you're moving away. See all these swords right here? That means those are the lessons you're taking with you, what you've learned, the truths, right, that you've gained from having those experiences with her in your life. That karmic soulmate helped you grow. That's as simple as you can say it. And it's the absolute truth and honesty. That karmic soulmate, being the mirror she was to you, helped you grow from being that kind of person again, or continuing to be that kind of person. So I say hallelujah, right? Ace of Pentacles means that you are being blessed because you're following your heart now. You took action. I'm surprised I did not see the King of Wands, but I do see the Knight of Wands. Oh, look, I see the King of Wands, the very next card. You took action. You got on your horse. You just didn't sit on your throne here. You took action to make sure that you were going to be kickstarting a brand new, passionate beginning in whatever pursuit you had. That this, putting this behind you, letting this go, will help you realize. And the divine is saying, yeah, you're following your heart, so we're going to provide for you all the resources that you possibly could use in order to get yourself from here to there. Okay? I mean, you might even get a lump sum of money. You know, this is a huge blessing of prosperity and abundance that the divine is going to orchestrate, you know, with all the gears and the people and the things at just the right time. When you need something, it shows up. You know, the right person tells you a piece of information that you needed to know. You find out something that was important information. You were able to get a hold of documents that you needed. You know, any kind of thing that would help you transition from where you are now to where you want to be, following your heart's desires, your true desires. The divine is going to help make that pathway very, very smooth for you. As smooth as you possibly allow it to be. And you have to allow it to be by having faith in that, trusting that. Trusting that you know, because what your heart is aching for, and you have every intention, pure intention, to follow your heart to that desire, to achieve that desire. You trust that that is the right path for you, that you are on the right path now. You trust and have complete faith in that. The divine shows up in miraculous ways where you can just be going, oh my God, that was so easy. Why was that so easy? That just, I thought about it today, and here it is 2 days from now. You know, there it is, bang. Wow, that happens to me a lot, guys. So much, just like, oh, I can't believe it. It's just amazing. It's fun because it's miracles, right? It's magical. It's fun. You think about something, and then you're not thinking about it anymore, because if you think about it too much, you're just pushing the experience away. It'll just take longer to come to you. So you think about what it is that you think about, and then you kind of let it go and get on with your business, and then bang, there it is, and it just blows your mind. Okay, so the Tower here was 10 of Wands, Justice, yeah, and the Knight of Wands. There we go. 4 of Swords with healing. This allows you to heal now. But yeah, your 10 of Wands, it's done. You got up, but that's not it. Where is it? Right here. You bravely got back up off of your knees and decided, I'm going to take action with my last fight that I have in me against, to be able to move into a more temperate energy, right? More temperate life, because it's just all chaos otherwise. To cut that away and taking it actually to the officials that can help you do that, which is the divorce courts, right? You are no longer heavily burdened by that. Okay? Justice came in and corrected it for you balance the scales right there. The contract has been broken between the two of you, so guess what can happen? You can now get on your horse and kickstart a brand new, passionate new beginning for yourself. Hallelujah. I'm so happy for you. You've done you've done healing work, and you may still be healing, but you have found some respite time in all of this presently. You were going through it all here, but now presently you're able to like collect your thoughts and to realize what it is that's going to really make you tick, make your clock tick and your boat float right here with this Sun card. You know now. You're certain about that. There is no more uncertainty. You know, there's no more fog around your mind about this or your heart. Following your heart is really the only way to go, guys. 5 of Wands was the Sun. The Moon. Wow. Page of Swords in this one. Queen of Swords. Yeah. The High Priestess. Yay. Okay. So the Sun had revealed to you what what was causing you inner conflict, what was bringing you such, just confusion, chaos, and drama in your life. You're realizing that by doing this, it is official now that you do not have to be in inner conflict about this. Now, however, you may be experiencing knowing that you're, because the divine is enlightening your mind, right? The Sun is also enlightenment. It's revealing the shadow that's in you, the fears that are in you, right? What are you fearing right now, presently? Are you fearing moving towards somebody that you may have done like that to her in the past? The 7 of Swords, sneaky and being deceptive. And then leaving her in the lurch, kind of like no explanations. You just don't show up again. You block her, and that was it, right? After moving towards her with your sweet cup of love. Yeah. So you might be mulling that over in your mind and feeling quite conflicted about it, because you know now this karmic soul, she showed you what kind of behaviors you had, how you operated in your world, especially in your relationships. You had been shown that quite clearly with this one here. So having seen that, it being revealed to you, the light bringing in all your shadow energy, your shadow side, the fears that you have around that now is that you're very well seen, is that your secrets that you kept hidden and your emotions that you kept hidden are going to come to light, and you're afraid that you're afraid that having been hiding like behind a mask or whatever it was that was not your truth is somehow irrevocably damaged a possibility for a reconnection and reconcile with this one here. You want to send her a message. You want to message her. You want to message her because you want to feel out the waters, right? You want to feel out where she's at with communicating with you. If she responds, then, and it depends on what she says in it, right? But just the fact that she responds, that should tell you something. But then it depends on what she says in it. She might be like this, Queen of Swords. But Queen of Swords, she's highly, she's fair. She's intuitive. She sees right through lies and deception. She'll be checking it out for red flags, or even an orange flag or a yellow flag, whatever flag, because she discerns. She's a great communicator and is a great discerner. She will discern whether or not what you're saying and how you're coming, like what your intentions are. She will be able to intuitively pick up on that. And if she believes that what you're saying is sincere and honest, with that hand, she says, come on, let's keep talking. Let's do this. Let's talk. Let's at least talk. We can reconnect. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's keep talking. Let's talk for a while. I want to get to know more about you. Before she'd ever make a decision to say, yeah, let's start dating or anything like that, right? But just talking, just communicating. If you hadn't been, you've been watching her from a distance with the Page of Swords, watching her from a distance for a long time. You've been keeping tabs on her. There's no ifs, ands, or but about it. You have something to say to her that you had not, that you've been keeping hidden for a long time. You have something to say to her. It's delayed news. And yeah, you've been keeping an eye on her on the internet, through social media and whatnot. But you know that she's going to remember that you rejected her love back then. Okay, you know that. You know that. So you're going to have to find a way to come forward and with pure intentions and strength and courage and confidence, right? Come forward to her so that you can have this experience of the sun, growth, and more spiritual enlightenment and incredible happiness with her, okay? And you know, these are the messages, the fast action back and forth that you're hoping to have with her. Oh yeah, here, look at this. There's the Three of Wands, the next card down. That says that you have a strategy. And I was going to say you need to get a strategy together that is heart-centered, a heart-centered strategy with, you know, a very healthy balance of logic and practicality to it. That's being balanced. That's truly being balanced, your heart and mind. You need to have a strategy so that you can come forward to deal with the questions that she's going to have. She could have some hardline questions about what your current situation is, you know, what went on in the past, why you did what you did back then when you first met her, and, you know, just stuff like that. And what are your intentions now? Like, if you want to be with me, how are we going to do this? And so, yes, heart-centered with a lot of logic, you know, the healthy, balanced dose of logic and practicality. Strategy. So that's the Three of Wands. You're looking across the horizons to where she's at. You're hoping to jump on the ship that you're waiting to receive. And that could simply be getting a great plan together, you know, a foolproof plan, right? Let's talk about you, the main male, the Emperor. Isn't that awesome? I'm so happy for you. Oh, yeah, Seven of Cups. You're so happy. And you're excited. You just want to give her an apology and tell her how you've never been able to get her off your mind with the Four of Pentacles, and that you have nothing but the intentions, the true and sincere intentions of beginning a divinely inspired new path, new relationship, new path towards her in a relationship of love. Focused on love, 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 love. You have all your material stuff over here, right? You figured that out. You are well educated and well versed and well experienced in the material world as a King of Pentacles. You couple that with this, and this is your Empress. Look at that. The two of you are perfect together. I mean, it's beautiful. The two of you come together, this cup is going to multiply, not to mention the pentacle. Where's the pentacle we had here? Right? That pentacle right here, I think, yeah. That pentacle right there is going to grow and multiply because the two of you are at the same higher vibe residency. Why are you an Emperor now? Thanks to your karmic soulmate over here. I know nobody wants to hear that. And yeah, in the beginning when you know, things like that happened to me, I was like, I'm never going to say thanks for that. Yes, thanks to that you grew. You became the man you wanted to become. She did. She had growing probably because of what you put her through. She grew into an Empress. So she's able to say, if she's, you know, of that higher vibe, she should be able to say, thanks for that. Because I needed that to grow, to have the kind of life and the relationships I really always dreamt about. That I always wanted, but never seemed to be showing up for me. And when I did think I had somebody, they left me and they were married, you know. So all that was something that she may have got karmic debt to pay off, and you shone that in her face. Interestingly enough, right? It's funny that if she had karmic debt because she was behaving in a certain way, maybe not in a committed way, whatever, and then she met you and she wanted to commit to you, but you weren't committed to her because you had the secret of being married, that you weren't able to commit to her. So that had to end. And then, so that shone in her face how you mirrored back to her what it was, that she wasn't actually committed to herself. And herself would be learning how to love herself, so that she came first. So in order for her to be able to give completely and wholly like an empress can to a relationship, she had to learn to love herself, as you do. Because seeing this with your karmic soulmate over here made you think, holy cow, did I really think that low of myself? That little of myself? That I would put up with and had put up with for quite some time? Remember, you sat on the fence for a long time about this. Although you may have needed it, you had a lot of regret about it. A lot of regret and remorse. It caused you a lot of pain. Remember this? Yeah, it caused you a lot of pain because you sat in it for such a long time. And why did you sit in it for such a long time? Multiple reasons, but the main, really, the main reason, and truly the only reason, is because you didn't love yourself enough to be able to say, I'm worthy of so much more than this, but for some reason I just don't feel I can do this. But you did. You leveled yourself up. You grew from your experiences, and you decided, okay, I'm worth more than this. I'm going to at least end this. Nothing ever else comes from this, then that's what it is. But I got to at least shed this. I got to shed this skin like a snake does, right? You got to shed it so that you could at least get yourself into like equilibrium, right? Into a place where you are balanced. You know how when you're sick, your physical body sheds electrolytes and whatever, and you're sick, right? Your body is not balanced. It's not in equilibrium, homeostasis, right? Because of these electrolytes not that you've urinated out too much because through diarrhea and stuff like that. If you're sick with the flu or something else, your body needs time after you shed, like the fever. If you had a fever, after the fever ends, your body needs time to recoup. So you start drinking like Pedialyte or something, just maybe even the what do you call it, those drinks, like the power drinks, just to get the electrolytes back in you. And give yourself a week or so, if not more, depends on how long you need it. But eventually homeostasis will come back into play in your body, and you'll feel so much better than you did like 2, 3, 4 weeks ago, because you're regaining your balance. And this is a physical balance with being sick, physically sick, but this is an emotional and mental balance that you're regaining, an equilibrium or homeostasis state of being mentally and emotionally. By putting this away, you can at least regain your health here in every way, right? Mental, emotional, physical. You can regain your health here in the present time. That's where that healing, the Four of Swords right here, is about. It's about you laying all your troubles down, your ruminating mind down, your heartbreak down. That's the Three of Swords here. Three of Swords is that heartbreak. You lay that down. You let yourself rest, really, really rest. In respite time. Just let go of everything, even what you want to do in the near future. Let go of that so that you can then stand up, because you got your strength back, and take that sword of truth right there and lead your life in truth, honesty, and clarity, including transparency, so that you can be transparent with your gal over here. Does that make sense? So let me know if that makes sense to you. I'd love to hear. So the Emperor and the Empress, you've got the Ace of Cups there. You had options, yes. You had options. You considered and carefully considered your options. But guess what? There's one that you can only think about. And she's the one that you want to come towards, because all you've ever done is had her on your mind. Though you tried, for whatever your reasons were, you didn't think that it would work out with her. You know, you tried to consider other options. You really did. You did. And because, you know, maybe you'd have to move. And again, the Ace of Pentacles is about uprooting yourself to relocate if you needed to, right? So you might have considered that you had to relocate in order to be with her. And maybe that was just too much for you. Maybe you're a different cultural or religious, had differences, that kind of thing, where you weren't quite sure if you were together, that the two of you could be more, you know, accept and accept and adapt. That's it. Accept and adapt each other's, that sort of stuff. So you considered other options, but after that time, maybe when you're in respite time, you decided, no, my heart is really crying out for this one, and I'm afraid I'm going to lose her. I'm afraid she's not going to give me the chance, that chance is going to be stolen from me, because it may be too late. Maybe she's with somebody. You know, maybe she's with him. Maybe she'll just say, no, I don't want you. And you're going to feel like you lost that opportunity and it had been robbed from you. All right, let's talk about Polar Bear. Strength. There's the strength right there. Holy cow. Yeah, and the Tower. All right, you realizing that it is, see, we were just talking about how you had the options, but it was this one that you always came back to because she was always on your mind. You're getting the strength after having the shocking revelation that it's the past gal, this one here, that your heart is truly crying out for, that your heart truly wants to give to her. That is the Tower moment. You realized at some point in time, this is the one. You got to fight for her. You got to get that strength and courage and confidence back that you gave away over here. You regain that back, and you put it to action. Okay, let's talk about, I mean, this is pretty clear. Let's talk about the Thief card now. Thief card, yeah. You're going to surprise her too, big time. That's what the Tower can be as well. So Thief. Wheel of Fortune. Hangman. Yeah. With the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, okay, so the Thief is about having your fortune stolen from you, or your chance, your opportunity stolen from you, okay? Because you had karmic debt to pay off. With how you dealt with her, how you dealt with her in the past, but you paid it off here, okay? You paid it off right here with your karmic soulmate. She's the one to help you pay your karmic debt off. Really, this wheel is turning in your favor now. No one's going to steal it from you, this opportunity. But you have these thoughts, you see, and your thoughts is like this. Hangman, you've spent time becoming awakened. All right, you spent time, which means you didn't move like this, except this is not receiving an awakening, the Two of Swords. But the Hangman, when you're stuck, you're feeling stuck in a place where you can't move because you don't know what to do. It's because you need some divine inspiration, some divine enlightening, and you're hung by your foot by the divine for that to happen. Okay, so you are sacrificing what it is that you truly desire for the time that you are in this position. And that would have been while you're healing. But you're thinking that you were stuck. Because you were stuck and not making movements, that too much time has passed by. And that your opportunity to mend the connection, to heal both your heart and her heart, has passed you by. this is causing you. Look at that. You know, it's highly distressful for you. You're robbing yourself of the opportunity if you want to really get, because nobody really does things to us that we don't allow. And you're worried that this Queen of Pentacles here, that was your wife over here, she's the one who actually has robbed you. Now, she's not. She's not. She may have been doing stuff to try to make that happen and whatnot, but because you chose her in the first place, she was given that ability to do things, right? To try to put blocks on your path towards your true love, your heart's desires, in whatever way that showed up. It may not have been about this girl in the beginning, but you have this fear. And it could be a reasonable fear given the type of wife she was, or person she is, the Queen of Pentacles. In reverse, you know, given what kind of person she was, you might have some, you know, real reasonable fears about her trying to get in the way. That's causing you to lose sleep at night. All you want to do is mend that relationship, but you feel like you're paying off karmic debt, haven't been stuck and not moving as soon as you should have. This is what you're thinking. As soon as you should have. You didn't move sooner, and maybe too much time has gone by, like too much water under the bridge has gone by, and she's already with somebody else, or she won't even consider being with you. And that's what you're afraid of. But main male, Emperor, this is just, it's a fear that you do not have to realize. You just stay in pure intention and ready for anything, and you realize that there's nothing to fear. There's no more. It's not an issue, right? That you can move. The only thing that might come is that she does it. Like, I don't think that someone else is going to be able to get between you and her, but she might. This one, because if it really has been a long time since you've been in touch with her. So you just have to have a strategy. Like I said, a heart-centered strategy with a healthy balance of logic and practicality to move towards her. Because you should do it in a Knight of Pentacles energy, where you're moving methodically with perseverance and commitment. Someone that can be trusted, that they're going to finish what they start. They always do. Turtle always wins the race. So just be mindful of that, aware that you can communicate with her, right? Send her a message. However way you need to do that, send her a message. Email. I would recommend email or voicemail, but I would recommend email. Really, I would, unless you can show up and say, here I am, would you like to meet me? You're not going to go to her house or where she lives. You're going to say, I'm here, would you like to meet me for coffee or something, right? I would recommend either email or getting a hold of her if you're in the same area as she's in, to ask her for just a simple cup of coffee, because she'll listen to you. Queen of Swords always does. And as an Empress, and this I said yesterday, as an Empress, she's all four queens rolled up in one, plus, because the plus part is that she's fertile. She births worlds. She's a master manifester. She has great ideas about building empires, and the Emperor builds them, builds the empire. So she has the ideas, he does it. Anyways, my point is that the Queen of Cups that's in her, energy that's in her, is forgiving, kind, compassionate, caring, and empathetic. You'll have her ear, and you'll have her compassion. So fairness here with wanting to hear from you. She'll hear you out with the Queen of Swords. With the Empress there, she will, which is in her too, but she will forgive. She's a forgiving kind. All right. I hope that was helpful. But let's see. I'd like to see what she would have to say to you. Would you like to see what she would have to say to you? let me use this deck here. Andromeda Skies, the Love Oracle. Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, thank you so much for all these beautiful messages. For our main male, Emperor, the Collective. What will his Empress want to say to the Emperor? I want to do this. I check on you from afar. Oh, so she's checking on you too. Well, there you go. Isn't that interesting? I wish I could take it back. What would she want to take back? Maybe the two of you had arguments and she said something that she wished she hadn't said, and it was left like that. You deserve better than me. Yeah. She had that mindset that she wasn't good enough. She wasn't good enough, and that you chose whatever was better than her, you know, by making the choice of someone else. And last one, long distance. Okay, we're not going to leave it at that. Long distance. You live quite a distance away from what that is telling me. She recognizes there's a great distance, and it could be just long distances and two people not seeing eye to eye. I need time, okay? And this was just a fling, all right? And I feel empty without you. I'm happy with that. She needs time, but you need time too, right? So whenever you, like I said, approach her with the King of Pentacles energy, that slow moving energy of no pressure, just taking your time, getting to know her, like talking to her through email, text, on the phone, maybe doing Skype or FaceTime or whatever if you need to see each other face to face. Do it slow, moving slowly towards reconnecting with her, like making the connection with the email first, or showing up and saying, I'm here. Would you like to have a coffee with me? But if you can't, then email. Yeah, and so she needs the time to be able to consider what it is that you're offering, even if it's just a friendship. She'll need that time to do that, and fair enough. And this was just a fling. That in her mind she realized it was just a fling on your part, but she checks on you all the time, and she feels empty without you in it, so she's missing you too. Okay, I hope that was helpful, guys. It was a good long reading, and we shall check in with you again tomorrow. Bye for now.